Hello class 10th. Today we will continue with chapter 3, the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers and the Cabinet. Today's topic is the Prime Minister, his powers and duties. Number 2, a coalition government. We will discuss the following points. So the objectives of today's topic is the Prime Minister, his powers and duties. Under this topic we will discuss the following points: the Prime Minister and the President, the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, the Prime Minister and the Lok Sabha, the Prime Minister as leader of the nation, checks on Prime Minister's authority, and a coalition government. We will discuss the following key terms. First, chief spokesman, a person who makes statements on behalf of a group or individual. UN, United Nations, whose aim to maintain peace and security. NAM, non-aligned movement, its purpose to establish the peaceful and prosperous world. SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, it provides a platform for the people of South Asia to work together in a spirit of friendship, trust and understanding. Coalition government usually are a temporary alliance being formed when no single political party gains a clear majority. The Prime Minister, his powers and duties. While the President is the nominal head of the executive, the Prime Minister is the real head of the executive. Though he is the head of the government, he is answerable to the Parliament and through it to the people of country. He is responsible for lapses, means gap, and the failure of the policies of his government. His powers may be assessed under the following heads. The President is the nominal head of the executive. The Prime Minister is the real head of the executive. He is the senior most member of the cabinet in the executive of government in a parliamentary system. The Prime Minister selects and can dismiss members of the cabinet, allocates posts to members within the government, but he is answerable to the Parliament. He is fully responsible for the failure of his policies of his government. His powers may be assessed under the following heads. The Prime Minister and the President. He communicates to the President all the decisions of the Council of Ministers relating to the administration and legislation. He is a link between the President and the Cabinet. The Prime Minister is the link between the President and the Cabinet. The Prime Minister communicates to the President all the decisions of the Council of Ministers relating to administration of affairs and proposals for legislation. When President calls for any information regarding administration of the affairs of Union or any such things. The President, on the advice of the Prime Minister, appoints as well as dismisses any member of the Council of Ministers. All major appointments like those of the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court are made on the advice of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister can suggest the President about the appointments of judges of the Supreme Court, High Court. The President appoints as well as dismisses any member of the Council of Ministers on the advice of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister also advises the President when to summon. Summon means call for, and prorogue means discontinue the two houses of Parliament and dissolve the Lok Sabha. The President can summon and prorogue the two houses of the Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, but only on the advice of the Prime Minister. And the lower house can also be dissolved earlier by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister and the Cabinet. The Prime Minister allocates. Allocates means distribute the different portfolios of the ministers and assigns the rank of ministers. He can transfer a minister from one department to another and if necessary may even ask a minister to resign. The Prime Minister allocated and reshuffles various portfolios among the ministers. he can transfer a minister from one department to another, and also he can ask a minister to resign or advise the president to dismiss him in case of difference of opinion. But if the prime minister resigns or loses the support of the majority in the house, then the entire government has to resign. If the prime minister loses the confidence in the house, he or she must resign together with other members of the cabinet of ministers. He works as a coordinator among various ministers so that the administration is carried on smoothly. The Prime Minister guides, directs, coordinates the works of different departments so that the administration is carried on smoothly. He allocates various portfolios and ministries among the ministers. The Prime Minister and the Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister is the chief spokesman and defender of the government. He makes all important announcements of national policies on the floor of the House. The Prime Minister views are regarded as the official interpretation, means explaining reframing of the government policy. The Prime Minister is the leader of the lower house. He is the chief spokesman and defender of the government. He announces government policies on the floor of the house. He is also regarded as the official interpretation of government policy, which means that he explains the government policies in the house. The Prime Minister as leader of the nation. The Prime Minister keeps the national interest in mind while discussing issues at international forums. He decides on India's internal and foreign policies. He represents the country in international conferences like those sponsored by the UN, the NAM summits, SAARC, etc., where he puts forward the views of entire nation. Prime Minister is the leader of the nation. He is the head of the government. He always keeps national interest in front while discussing issues at international forums and also decides India's internal and foreign policies. He represents India in international conferences like in UN, NAM, SAARC, where he forward the views of entire nation. He is the ex officio chairman of the Planning Commission, Niti Aayog, which was formed on 1st January 2015. It is an advisory think tank which fosters the participation of the state government in formulating economic policies for the country. Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of the Planning Commission. Now it is called Niti Aayog. During Modi government, this commission has been dissolved and replaces by new body Niti Aayog. On first independence speech given by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, and he himself acts as the chairperson of Niti Aayog. It is an advisory organization and its objective is to increase national income and per capita income and to achieve self-reliance. It encourages the state government to participate in formulating economic policies for the country. Checks on Prime Minister's authority. Though he is the leader of the ruling party in the House, he still needs to secure the support of his ministers. He is closely watched not only by the opposition but also by the members of his own party. Questions raised by the opposition parties act as an effective check on the Prime Minister's authority. Prime Minister is the leader of the ruling party, but he is directly responsible to the Lok Sabha and can remain in office so long as he enjoys the majority support in the House of People, Lok Sabha. He holds the power but can never misuse them due to various checks on him, like he is closely watched by the opposition party. Questions raised by the opposition parties and by passing a no confidence motion act as an effective check on the Prime Minister. He is not only checked by the opposition party but by his own party members also. All the party members have right to differ on policy matters but within the cabinet room. The press and public opinion also serves as important check on his authority. The press and public opinion also serves as important check on his authority. Press always keeps an eye on the working of the Prime Minister. Public opinion also plays an important role in the political sphere. People can directly send messages to the government and politicians can reply online. People can also give their advice and opinions to the government. If his ego assumes dictatorial proportions, he cannot escape censure at the hands of the parliament and of course at the hands of the electorate in the next general election. The position of the Prime Minister of India is preeminent yet not dictatorial because in democracy the people of the country provides ample checks to ensure the smooth functioning of the government. A coalition government. A coalition government is a government where two or more political parties join together in parliament to run the government and agree on a policy program. In the parliamentary form of government, sometimes it so happens that a single party fails to get an absolute majority or more than 50% seats in the parliament. In such a situation, different political parties join hands and form a coalition government. Depending on how the coalition partners act, such a government may face an uphill task to survive. Now, how it is formed? If no party is able to gain an absolute majority in an elections, then two or more political parties enter into a formal agreement to cooperate with a view to achieving a majority in the parliament and on that basis form a government. All the parties collectively elects a leader of the coalition and that leader becomes a prime minister. Now it depends on the act of coalition partners that it would be successful or not. For example, the Janata Party government 1977 to 79 failed to pull a beyond 2.5 years. Similarly, the National Front government lasted for just 1 year, 1989 to 90. The United Front government lasted for another 18 months, June 1996 to November 1997. Now here are many examples in which we can see that coalition government did not successful, like Janata Party government 1977 to 79 failed to pull on beyond 2.5 years and National Front government lasted for just 1 year, 1989 to 90. Since then, we have had coalition governments. Atal Bihari Vajpayee became Prime Minister again in October 1999 as the head of the National Democratic Alliance (NDA). The NDA government was voted out in May 2004 elections and on May 22, 2004, Dr. Manmohan Singh became the Prime Minister of another coalition government known as the United Progressive Alliance (UPA). But in September-October 1999, the coalition government became successful. Atal Bihari Vajpayee became Prime Minister again in October 1999 as the head of the NDA, National Democratic Alliance. Thus, partners of the ruling coalition formed a pre-poll alliance, means before elections, called NDA. They emerged victorious and this coalition lasted till May 2004. On May 22, 2004, Dr. Manmohan Singh became the Prime Minister of India, formed a coalition government known as the UPA, United Progressive Alliance. The same alliance, that is UPA, United Progressive Alliance, again won the elections in May 2009 and formed the government at the centre with Dr. Manmohan Singh as the Prime Minister. This too was a coalition government. The present government, which came to power in June 2014 and was re-elected in June 2019, is led by Shri Narendra Modi. It is also a coalition government of the NDA. In 2009, again UPA government won elections at the centre, headed by Dr. Manmohan Singh. Similarly, on June 26, 2014, Shri Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister of India as the head of coalition government of the NDA. The NDA was re-elected in June 2019 with Narendra Modi as Prime Minister of India. Thank you.